Hi, I'm Jim Slater from K9 Storm. I'm going to be guiding you through how to set up your K9 Storm belt over the next couple minutes. First off, when you receive this kit as a package, you're going to receive two components: the inner belt, as you see here, it's 1.5 inches wide, and then your outer duty belt, which you see before us here. First thing we're going to recommend you do is go ahead and disassemble it. Just get familiar with the parts. This, will slide out of the webbing retainer system here. This is the adjustable portion of the buckle and belt system. To reinstall this, it works quite easily. Just slide it through roughly two to three of these vertical slots and kind of fish your way along like that, and get it through to the other side. Pull it through. Now it becomes adjustable and ready to put on your body, and then do the final adjustments with the webbing and the webbing retainer system. So same thing here. This will slide freely through here. Next steps, go ahead, put it on. When I do that, I can now do the final adjustments. So this is fitting pretty good for me right now, but if I would want to tighten it, I just simply grab the tabs here, and then I can adjust it by pulling forward. You notice that it pulls itself in together simultaneously from both the right and the left-hand sides. Any extra webbing can then be dressed back into this MOLLE webbing retention system on each side. There's one. There's the second one here. And now you're good to go. Okay, next step is going to be to adjust our duty belt portion. So likewise, we want to disengage the webbings here. You're going to get it out of the box like this. One thing to note is there's two different sides to it. One is designed to hold your primary weapon, being your pistol. That's the side opposite where the logo is. You'll notice a series of vertical slots. This thickened duty belt, the interior part of the duty belt, is designed to hold the weapon in either the right or left hand position. So you can go ahead. You'll notice that it'll fit nicely and securely through each of those slots. In order to mount the weapon for right hand use, you have the holster facing down. If you want to go ahead and mount that left hand side, shooters be like this. So just by simply reversing the holster, have it pointing in either direction, you can shoot either right or left hand. I'm right-handed, so I'm going to go ahead and slide this webbing completely out. Slides through the buckles in this fashion here. You take a note before you unthread them. It makes it a little easier when you get to the rethreading, but we'll go over that in a second. Same thing on this side. Okay, this one I can leave on because I'm going to slide the belt back this way. It slides very easily through all the vertical slots. You'll notice that there is a series of slots in a variety of different locations, both horizontal and vertical. That is by design so that you can carry a variety of different pieces of equipment and set that up exactly how you like. There's really countless ways that can be done. Again, it comes down to the officer's preference. And in order to do that, we're going to reinstall the belt. So in this area, there's actually two levels of vertical slots, rather. The thicker one at the bottom is where you want to be when you put the duty belt portion, and you want to slide under there. Alternately, there's a top one. This is going to be used later when we dress back the end of each webbing to put it in its retainer or its retained position. So anyways, from here, we're going to go through a series, and we recommend going through two slots at a time. Get that flexible portion of this belt through here. Like that. And I'm going to go under. I'm going to go all the way back to the midpoint. And it's designed so that you can really easily slide and outfit this as you're installing it for your equipment. So you can do this countless times. It only takes a few minutes. Go through this guy. Okay. And now, most important thing is I want to mount the holster here. I know I'm going to put it here. You can adjust that again, in a series of different adjustment slots, depending on what your waist size is and where you're comfortable utilizing the weapon. So that can go down in these slots here and can move from right to left in that location. For my purposes, I'm going to bring that webbing out here. Now I know I need 2 empty slots in order to install the holster. So I'm going to slide through here. Again, the back of the holster on this side. I'm going to leave 2 open. Then I'm going to go into this vertical slot there. Now, once you get to the point where, okay, you're running out of the flexible webbing, you're going to have to pull a little bit of the more rigid webbing through, up and through your holster. Now you can see as that thicker part of the belt is now through the holster, it becomes really secure. And for most installations, this thickened edge of the belt's going to end at the end of the duty belt here, the wider part of the outer load-bearing part of the duty belt. I'm going to slide her through. Now, if I had other equipment and things I wanted to secure through here, depending on, and it's countless manufacturers that make equipment to hang on this, depending on what they've designed to go on here, you may have had to thread that through like a handcuff pouch or something. A lot of manufacturers have systems where it just simply mounts on here after. Again, that makes it flexible for you in terms of the way you want to configure this. I'm going to slide through to the end. I got one last slot, and then we'll put this on. Okay, so there we go. Notice that the holster is very secure already. Again, it's configured for right-handed shooting. And lastly, I'm going to put the buckle on. And so this is going to come up from the bottom here and then down through the top. That's going to make it secure to adjust and hold tightly this way. Going in the opposite direction, it won't hold any weight, so that's quite important. And then I'm going to slide this back through the top layer of the retainers. Again, this is important. You notice that we have the thicker belt on the lower level. Now this is going to slide through the top level, slides through very easily. Slide through here. And I can slide it through one more. Again, if this becomes any, you cannot leave it flat like this. It'll or flapping like this will get in the way when you try to draw your weapon. This will have to be dressed back and tucked back in this fashion. But we'll show you that as I'm wearing the belt. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and I'll thread this one here again to be repetitive. With sliding through the top level of those retainers. You can take 2 at a time and go to the third. Again, very easy. You don't require any extra tooling or anything of that nature to slide it through. So it looks like that. So I'm going to go ahead and put this belt on. Back to my inner belt. And for the sake of the video, we're not threading it through the belt loops, but obviously it would go through the belt loops. And go ahead and take this. So I'm good like that. Like this is actually fitting like pretty decent. If I did want to make some micro adjustments here, I can do that. You know, once the weight is on here, and over time this will stretch probably just a little bit just from the weight. I can take these tabs and like the inner belt, I pull them forward, and as I pull it forward, I'm going to exaggerate a little bit here. As I pull it forward, you can see that it's tightening the belt. As I go forward, it's smaller, and then I take this extra piece and slide it back into the webbing retainer system. If, for example, I need this larger, I don't have to go right to the end here. Okay, I can leave it out here. Now I can make this a lot larger and tuck it into this one as well. Okay, same thing for this side. I can just simply tuck it back in. It's hidden tight. If I want to go even larger, I select the appropriate slot I can open up the belt, and then I can tuck the extra back in this location. And there you have it.